Hello, let's solve a star battle puzzle. This one's by JinHoo Ahn. I sourced it from GM Puzzles. There's a link in the description if you want to try it yourself. This is a two-star star battle. That's not difficulty, although the difficulty is also two-star. The two-star at the top right means we are placing 2 stars in every row, 2 stars in every column, and 2 stars in every region. In addition, stars may not touch each other, so a star here and a star here is disallowed. And that's it. Those are the rules. I'm going to get started right now. Okay, so this region over here, the only way to fill 2 stars in it is to do that. And so that eliminates the rest of the column. The column has its 2 stars as well. And around these stars, we also can X out because we can't touch those stars. That leaves 3 left in here. So we do this one and this one. That removes the rest of that column. And we can X around to those stars as well. And here, here, and here. Okay. What does that do for us? This region here is small. So I'm not sure. So this cell here touches nearly all of the region, which means like we could hide a star down here, but even if we did that, there'd still be a star somewhere in here. So this is never going to be a star. I think that's a very small deduction, but I saw it. Looking for other things to do here. I'm noticing this column's down to either this one or 2 like this, but I don't know exactly how that resolves. This is a very large region. I don't think the F's do much. Well, we kind of have the same thing where we can put 1 star down here, but even if we did, there'd still be a star somewhere in this circle because we can't put them both here. And so this, and symmetrically this are going to never be stars. This feels like small deductions to me. This region is down to... It's quite a bit left, actually. What about this L shape? I don't think so. All right, what is our... Maybe I can line some stuff up, maybe. Okay, I get 1 more star in this row. So something I'm thinking about are the bottom 4 rows and how many distinct regions we have. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The problem is if we take the bottom 5 rows, now we already have a star here, not in those regions. What does that mean? Okay, I think what we can deduce from that, actually, I think this is an important deduction, but let me make sure my logic is correct. I'm going to pull out my handy pen tool here. I'm sure in Penpa we could figure out some way to draw this too, but my little pen tool here should work just fine. So I'm looking at the bottom 5 rows, and what I'm noting is that this region's definitely going to have 2 stars. And something to note is we're trying to count to 10 stars because 5 rows will have 10 stars, 2 each. So this will have 2 stars. So maybe instead of squiggling, I'll just write 2 stars here. We're going to have 2 stars in the F and 2 stars in this F. We're going to have 2 stars in this region. And this is 1 star already. So that's 9 already. We only get 1 more star. So in this entire region, we're only allowed to place 1 more star. That's it. And that's the important deduction. So because, remember this column, we thought we could do this and avoid putting a star up there, but we can't. We actually have to only put 1 star max here, which means this has to be a star, and then there is a star somewhere in these 3, meaning the rest of the region doesn't have a... Oh, sorry, that's untrue. There's... Oops. Right, the rest of the region below these 5 don't have a star. We're going to have to put it somewhere up here, above those 5, is where the other star for this region goes. And so there is 1 star somewhere in here, but I don't know which one. All right, so we got this star. It's already surrounded by X's. We get 1 more star in this row. That was interesting, but I wonder what the follow-up is. This column is down. Okay, this column here We can't put 2 stars here, so we're going to have to put 1 up here, and that actually finishes the row. Oh, come on. There we go. That finishes the row, and then that I keep misclicking. That touches that star. And so there is going to be 1 in one of these two. So I can put a little dot between them to say, yes, there's definitely one there. And then these both would touch it. So no stars in those two. Okay. If it was this one, that would be the last one for this region. Maybe if I do that, no, that tells me that there's 2 stars. I don't know if that's good to mark that way. Okay, anyway, I'll remember, I hope. Oh, this whole region has all its stars. I didn't notice that, but I should have. We next those out as well. This row here needs 2 stars. It's going to be somewhere in here. 2 stars and 4 doesn't... Does that help me at all? I don't think so. I mean, okay, one thing we can say is there's going to be 1 in one of these two and 1 in one of these two. Because you can't put both here, you can't put both here, right? And so that means these aren't in and these aren't in. Okay, that's actually interesting. So we either have a star here and here, or we have a star in one of these two and then a star here. Just to kind of lay that out. I don't know that there's... more deduction there, though. Okay. If there's a star here, there's also a star here, which may or may not be interesting. Okay. I'm trying to find a follow-up to this. We X these out. Oh, the follow-up is we need a star in one of these two now. So these aren't in. But we do need a second one in this region. So there's 1 in one of these two. So these aren't in. Okay. Now, does the F require 1 in the spine? Because that would help a lot. I mean, I guess we could put 1 here and 1 here. Then we wouldn't need 1 in the spine. I don't know if that breaks anything or not. Okay, so we can't quite do that yet. Maybe it doesn't go in the spine. I don't know. Let's see. What's our next deduction here? Oh, this column is just down to 2. So we get a star here and a star here. So these touch the star. This touches the star. Okay, so yeah, I don't know if there's 1 on the spine or not. But I guess there's either 1 on the spine of the F or 1 right here. Yeah, I don't really care as much now because we already found this star. Okay. This is interesting though. So we need 2 stars in this column here. And one option is to put it in the spine of the F, in which case we have this is not a star, in which case that is a star. Or the only other option is not to put a star in the spine of the F, in which case this is a star, so this isn't. But now this column, these aren't, right? Because of the 2. And now this column needs another star, and it ends up there because it can't put both there. That's what I saw in my head. And so the result of that is we either have this as a star or this as a star. That's it. Those are the only 2 options. We can't put 1 over here. Because remember, there is one, the second one's down here. So that's some good X's. And 1 here or here. Sometimes you can make a deduction based on that, but I don't think you can right now. Huh. Okay. I wonder what else to do here. Are there any other rows or columns that got super limited? Oh, here or here is 1, though. Where's the other 1 in the row? I think I could have done this much earlier. We get the star here. Excuse me. So now there's a star in one of these two, which means that's not in. Okay. Keep wanting to say one of these two, but this could be it. All right, so we got our star here. We need 2 in here, but that doesn't seem useful at the moment. What about this region? I haven't thought about it much. Okay, so this is not a star for a similar reason that we've done before, is that I can put one star in these two, but that still requires another star in this C shape, backwards C. And wherever that star ends up, it's going to eliminate that one. So now we're just an L shape, not an F. This is a mirrored L shape. What about these three columns? Is that at all interesting? Not anymore. They had been lining up the whole time. This L, this F, and this region had been lining up in these three columns the whole time, eliminating these three, but we already eliminated those three. And eliminating all of these, which we already eliminated. Okay. Just didn't see it. Didn't need to, I guess. I guess something to think about is if one of these two, so that one of these three is a star. If it's one of these two, that finishes the row, forcing 2 stars in this spine. And that's no good, right? Okay, there's at least 1 star in the spine of this L, because we can only put one in outside of that spine, right here. So I have to put, okay, so that means there's only 1 in this spine of the F. Now that this isn't in, there has to be 1 in one of these two, and that's the second star for this row. So that's out, placing that star. That's out. That's out, and that's out. And this one's out as well. That places this star. That's the last one for column. Oh, one of these two does eliminate from here. Now we're down to these 3. So one of these two and this one. That finishes this row. One of these two. So that's 2 out of 4 for these 2 rows. Okay. It's either here or one of these two. What are we gonna do here? Did this? So one of these two. Okay, we are forced to have 1 in the spine of this F and 1 in the spine of this L. So we can't have 2 in the spine of this L, so this is a star for sure. Now it's one of these two. And this is the second star for this column, so that's not a star, placing that one. Oh, we got 2 stars in this row, so that's not a star, placing that one. 2 stars in this row, places that one. And this one is the other star for the row. Oh, how long has that been there? Oh, well, that's not a star. We get those 2. This column's done. We only get 1 more star in these 2 bottom rows. And so that means we do need a star in one of these 2. Oh, okay, and then the other one's here. Okay, yeah. Lots of ways to see the same thing in this puzzle, apparently. So we have a star in one of these 2, a star in one of these 2. Oh, this resolves it. Wait. Oh, no, the good thing yeah, okay, this F was already done. I don't need a star. Let's undo that. These are out. But this star still resolves this one, giving that star, which does resolve this one. And then that's our second star. Nice. All right. Oh, that was fun. I mean, obviously, there were things I missed. Not the easiest thing to scan, especially 2 stars per. I'd probably get better at it with more puzzles. But yeah, how'd you do?